I didn't do it. That's what MrBeast said when he finally responded to the allegations. Let's get into it. If you don't know who this is Jimmy, MrBeast. He's a YouTube personality. In fact, he's the biggest one. 325 million subscribers. One of his videos has 664 million views. If you guys are expecting this to be another Boo MrBeast or a Glazing MrBeast video, that's not this. I'm just gonna go over the facts. He's a really big YouTuber. Strong call to action here. As someone who is a digital marketing strategist, at least I understand some of this stuff, so I'm legally allowed to have an opinion. This is his Instagram at 60.9 million followers. His YouTube is actually bigger than Khloe Kardashian's YouTube, so he's a pretty big deal. But as you see down here, Khloe Kardashian loses followers. If you're wondering why she's down to 305 million now, it's because there is a trend where people block Kardashians, and Instagram also deletes a lot of fake followers. So if you're wondering how some of these celebrities have that many followers, a lot of them are fake. So this is Dogpack404, and if you don't know what happened, Dogpack404 came out 3 months ago with a video called "I Worked for MrBeast. He's a fraud." And this video got 15 million views, which is a big deal. Is it anywhere near MrBeast's videos of 664 million? No, but it's still a big deal. Everybody watched these videos and responded. Here are some of the allegations that Dogpack made.
Would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
No. But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They had him dive through this fake door.
You guys get the point? You get the point yet?
Twice. This line is scripted. This
Oh, he's not done? Okay.
action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
You did it! Yeah! What we did was scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Let's talk about Mac for a second.
Okay, here's some more allegations.
With hundreds of random subscribers, right? Wrong. Let's look at this video. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually
So obviously, I'm not going to go into all the details of like he admitted that some of these people step in for people who couldn't make it. There's a lot of allegations regardless. I'm not here to argue with him about them. This is about the creators game 2 and 3. He said the hide and seek game was staged and it didn't have anything to do with charity. One of Dogpack's biggest points was that MrBeast had illegal lotteries, and here you see him with an illegal sweepstakes, allegedly.
I thought it was him. I was like, keep going. Wait, really? Let's go! Wait, it's literally like his initial. Who is it? My cousin. Wait, really?
Actually, that's illegal.
Some of the common complaints we see in threads about this live stream are that they only signed large t-shirts. So when they selected in order to give a prize, it was apparently always a large or extra large t-shirt. They kept saying things like buy in the next 15 minutes for a chance to win and then not honoring it. Multiple people claiming that their name was read to win a prize and they never received it. This person is still tweeting about it to this day. Now there's a lot more people complaining about the deceptive sales tactics. Reading all this really upsets me because I spent money I honestly didn't have for 5 shirts at different times during the live.
So you get it. It's just a whole video talking shit on MrBeast. I'm not here to defend him. I don't care.
Now in 2024, MrBeast changed the formula again to where it has...
I just wanted to mention this because I think this is kind of dumb. I'm literally eating Hershey's right now. Here he makes a point that, hey, Feastables has more calories than Hershey's. Look, Feastables has 320 calories in this bar, Hershey's has 220, but he's comparing a 60-gram bar to a 43-gram bar. This is the one point I'll address because this is like the bottom of the barrel, so obvious that why didn't he compare a Hershey's Mini, like one of those tiny ones? He may as well have done that. It's the same thing. He's comparing a small candy bar to a big one and then saying, oh, the big one has more sugar. Well, no shit, dude. Most people agreed with Dogpack. Here's a lawyer in her take on the whole lottery situation.
The no perch neck part of the tweet that Dawson shows looks a little questionable, but it is paired with a link to the rules for the sweepstakes, which presumably includes the full language required for the non-purchasing route to participate.
Okay, so she's saying, hey, you said it's illegal, but he had the rules on his website. He had links to it, whatever. But that's not the point I wanted to make here. Before I get into what MrBeast said, hello, superior YouTube lawyer. Thanks for reviewing my video from a legal perspective. Just to clarify, I was aware when I made my video that purchasing envelopes, stamps, note cards for the mail entry methods was most likely legal. I was just questioning the logic behind those laws. So now here he's taking a step back and he's saying, I was just attacking the lottery laws. But if you watch his first video, it's literally still on the internet. He never once made fun of the laws. He was just saying it was illegal, using the word illegal a lot. Is this bro being sarcastic? We don't know. You know what I mean? He also had another video, his second video. I worked for MrBeast. He's a sociopath. He was in one of MrBeast's recordings. It's like $10,000 for every day you survive in prison, where you had to put yourself in solitary confinement. And like, he didn't like that the lights weren't being shut off so he couldn't sleep. He had like an emotional breakdown and everything. He's going to his struggles about that. And his clip was never used because he couldn't last the whole time, I believe.
Or whatever. It was one of those solitary confinement videos that got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. And people don't know that was the second attempt. The first attempt was on me. And it didn't go well.
Yeah, he was very emotional about everything that happened. He couldn't sleep. And as you know, if you don't sleep, you're not the same person. You're the worst version of yourself on no sleep. It's like torture. As somebody who's worked night shift at a warehouse in a freezer, I'm not gonna at all talk shit on someone who had to go through that.
Oh, at first it's gonna be like a luxury vacation. You're gonna have like a hot tub and an ice cream machine, and like part of the video is gonna be you deciding like what items am I gonna get rid of, today, and it's like the choice. They were like, it's only gonna be bad for maybe the last like 5 days tops when you have like nothing left. You're the first. It's gonna be like a breeze for most of it.
Yeah, so they described the video as it's gonna be easy, and it wasn't easy. Ludwig was live reacting to one of Dawson's videos when Dawson Dawson was in the chat. Dogpack was in the chat, and Dogpack wanted to be interviewed. So that went a little weird.
So the way I'm understanding it is did you work on that video, or are you going off the video?
Dude, you are controlled opposition.
What does that mean?
It means you're trying to get me to reveal confidential information and break my NDA.
I don't know what your NDA is. I'm trying to ask questions about the freaking thing.
Oh, you know what an NDA is?
Yeah, but I don't know what your NDA covers. Okay, what should I not ask you?
About any videos that I worked on.
Yeah, so Ludwig did the basic interviewer thing of, oh, you made 100 claims. Let me pick out just one. Okay, how do you know this one's true? And he said, I can't tell you. There's NDAs involved, which makes me wonder why he wanted to be interviewed in the first place. Finally, we get to MrBeast's response. A 3-month investigation into the allegations regarding my company has concluded. The law firm investigators revealed millions of documents/messages and conducted 39 interviews. I was asked to refrain from making public statements to enable a detailed and unbiased investigation. Below are their conclusions. So this was sent out to the board of directors. This is the internal investigation key findings and conclusions. There's a lot of legal speak in here, but a couple things I want to point out. Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan LLP. Those are the lawyers. That's the team that conducted the investigation. Hold on to that in your head. Another important note that nobody mentioned is that they told Dogpack to stop making public allegations against the company while they were doing this investigation. They also told employees from refraining to make public comments. So everyone who's like, why is no one talking about this? Because it's a legal matter at this point. That's why. 39 interviews of current and former employees. Over 4.5 million documents collected from people's mobile phones, emails, telegrams, discords, WhatsApps, and even Slack. Allegations of sexual misconduct. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I'll get into it if I haven't. Pedophilia, grooming, child whatever between company employees and minors are without basis. The allegations were rejected. I'll get into those in a minute, including by the alleged victims. That means the alleged victims rejected the allegations. Several isolated instances of workplace harassment and misconduct were identified during the investigation. So they're like, oh, this sexual misconduct, none of that's true, but there's a lot of misconduct either way. There is still a lot of harassment. The company was informed of such conduct. After we looked at millions of text messages, here's all the people that harassed people. Sorry, you gotta fire them. As you are well aware, the company has grown exceedingly quickly from a YouTube startup. So this is where they cope. They're saying, oh, they grew too quick and they're not a real business. So of course, they're not gonna know the laws. sending a clear message regarding the tone at the top, hiring a new CEO, CPO, and general counsel. So they're going to hire a new CEO for MrBeast's company. He's still obviously the spokesperson. He has a secret CEO right now, if people don't know. Implementing mandatory corporate training for all employees, developing new policies, establishing an anonymous reporting mechanism hotline. It's crazy they didn't have that already. That's the biggest thing for me. There has to be a way to anonymously report and for a third party or HR or something to look at it instead of having to go to your boss and saying, hey, your friend who you're never going to side against is sending me harassing messages. That's messed up. Yours truly, Alex Spiro. So that's the name you need to remember. This is Alex. He's a partner at Quinn, Emanuel, Urquhart & Sullivan. Once in a generation talent in the courtroom. Celebrity clientele. He's a beast. He's a beast lawyer. If you watch lawyer TV shows where there's crazy, awesome lawyers, they're modeled after him. He's defended professional athletes before. Here's him defending this guy.
He's faced over 10 cases and all of them have been dismissed. So the notion that he's somehow guilty when no one's even been able to bring him to trial, let alone convict him, is absurd. He would have been acquitted had we gone to trial, and he would have been acquitted quickly.
So you want a lawyer like that on your side. Here's another quick video of him.
Look at the flights. That's what they want to talk about. The travel, the expenses. The flight they talk about, that free flight, is in 2017. 7 years ago, 5 years before he's the mayor. There's nothing improper, illegal, or wrong about that, but they don't want you to look at that too long.
Okay, you get it. He's a super lawyer. Now, when we were talking about the sexual allegations, here's a comment on this MrBeast post when he finally responded. Connor says, so you're saying Jake the Viking lied when he claimed Delaware sat down with Jimmy and his mom and told them everything before hiring him. This is from Jake the Viking. He's somebody who used to be on MrBeast's videos. Here's the truth. Yes, Delaware, that's the alleged sexual predator. Delaware is my brother-in-law. Yes, he is an RSO, registered sex offender. When he was 21, a 16-year-old girl accused him and others of assault when she was 11. Delaware took a plea deal. That's why there was no jail time, but he still had to register. His nickname isn't Delaware because he can't go back to Delaware. He's from Delaware. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He's been back several times. He was hired before I was and was actually the reason I got hired at MrBeast. Before being hired, Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue, Jimmy's mom, and explained to them everything. So yes, Jimmy knew. And a lot of the posts are saying, this is unreal. This is entirely possible because Jake has had a problem with MrBeast since Ava came out as trans. I've always been right about this. Those who believe Jake should have thought twice. So people are saying Jake the Viking lied about this. Since last night, a lot of comments got deleted here, and here's a response to what I think was one of those. So you think an international white shoe law firm is going to put its 1,000 attorneys' reputations on the line for MrBeast? F out of here. Yo, MrBeast, just a quick Google search, and that law firm you used seems to be a bit shady, bro. So if you actually look at people who used to work here, you do see a lot of, in r/big law, I have friends who worked there at one point, but generally they are the most unethical litigators I've worked with / against in a decade of doing this. Okay, here's Tristan Thomas on YouTube. He had the best response, I believe, out of everybody. And here's his YouTube account real fast. Looks like he has 11,000 subscribers. Future rideshare millionaire, cool. I'm a reasonable person. I like to have conversations that actually go somewhere. For those of you who are unhappy with this outcome, that's 99% of people. What do you think MrBeast should have done instead? Potato in the house. It's said to be 4 million page investigation released to the public, I guess, since they themselves said there's no wrongdoing, although that's a huge violation of the privacy of every employee whose texts they took. But also, I made a quick response here. If it's a criminal matter, the police investigate. If it's an unethical matter, they hire a third-party investigator on themselves, but people will never trust the results, and they're not forced to comply with any other investigation. It's a resolutionless, that's not even a word, it's a resolutionless situation. They investigated before a lot of other stuff came out. MrBeast's $100 million reality show, that's going to be on Amazon Prime, faces legal beast inside the shocking lawsuit. This, by the way, from my understanding, looks like it's AI generated. So for lawinc.com to use an AI generated image is interesting. You know what I mean? But no matches at all on the internet of this image. So it's not a stock image because it would have been matched by Adobe. So this image is most likely AI generated, and that makes me sad that lawinc.com is going to use an AI generated image when we all know that that's borderline unethical, if not illegal, you know what I mean? But okay. If you look closely at the teeth, there's an extra tooth here. An artist wouldn't draw an extra random tooth. That's not anatomically correct. 5 former Beast Games contestants are the plaintiffs. 5 people representing a proposed class of all contestants and a subclass of female contestants. There was allegations of like they didn't give them like tampons. There was people getting run over, stuff like that, because they had like a 100-person tug of war, you know, just a tremendous amount of people competing at things and people are getting hurt. So when people make videos attacking the most popular person, that's safe and accepted to do. But if you make videos attacking someone lower than you with less subscribers, now you're the bad guy. And because it's impossible to be a bad guy attacking MrBeast, every YouTuber is going to just talk shit on him. Obviously, I don't agree with anything he's been doing, but I'm not going to attack him just because it's just low-hanging fruit. I think everybody's sick of it by now. That's why Dawson's videos get less and less views. You're all sick. You probably clicked this by accident. You're sick of people making videos about MrBeast. Every single video says he's the worst person. He's finally done for. Every video says he's finally done for. He's finished. I'm sure even in the sidebar on the right, you see 100 videos. MrBeast is finally finished. Or he investigated himself and found no wrongdoing, basically. Guys, here's a video on the worst streamer of all time that I made, and here's a video on a streamer who ruined her career. Watch those videos, it helps me out. I'm a broke college student, and it might help me get monetized someday. Okay, bye now, bye.